Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Aston Villa's Champions League dream came crashing down in dramatic fashion, and at the heart of the chaos stood their emotional warrior, Emi Martinez. The World Cup winning goalkeeper became the first shot stopper sent off in the Premier League this season, dismissed just moments before half-time for denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity against Manchester United. With the stakes sky high on the final day, Martinez's red card not only altered the course of the match, but may have also marked the end of his Villa chapter. What followed was controversy, heartbreak, and a furious response from Villa's camp, leaving questions hanging in the air as their European hopes faded into Europa League reality. Aston Villa's Emi Martinez became the first goalkeeper to be sent off in the Premier League this season just 45 minutes before it ended. The Argentine, who is heavily linked with the exit door, was given his marching orders in first-half stoppage time after clattering into Manchester United's Rasmus Højlund when he was through on goal. As last man, the referee had no choice but to end his afternoon early. Incredibly, that makes Martinez the first goalkeeper to be sent off this season, despite the jeopardy that exists in his position. Often shot stoppers, as the last line of defence, can walk a tightrope, but no one in between the sticks had been sent off all season until the final day. The Premier League Match Centre said the referee's call of red card to Martinez for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, DOG-SO, was checked and confirmed by VAR. Villa now face an uphill battle in their pursuit of Champions League football. Unai Emery's side needed a positive result in Manchester and was also in need of a favour elsewhere to finish in the top 5. Martinez has also become the first goalkeeper, sign records began in 2003/4, to make 5 saves and get sent off in the first half of a Premier League game. The World Cup winner has been a huge part of Villa's recent rise, but is being heavily linked with a move away from Villa Park. He signed from Arsenal and has gone on to become one of the world's top goalkeepers, with interest mounting, and Villa's financial situation could force them into a sale. Martinez cut an emotional figure after Villa's win over Tottenham. He looked to be crying at full time as he waved to the fans, which was interpreted as a potential farewell to the home fan base. Emery, though, has maintained that the goalkeeper is not going anywhere. He was asked whether the game in Manchester will be Martinez's last for the club, but replied, "No way." The followed up by saying, "Definitely not. He's staying at the club?" Emery then added, "See you later." Altay Bayindir struggled to regather the ball, and Rodgers was able to nip in before converting into an empty net. But the referee felt that the United goalkeeper was unfairly dispossessed and blew before the ball crossed the line. McGinn admitted the official was almost lost for words, knowing the impact his decision had on the game and Villa's European hopes, questioning whether a referee of his experience should be given a game of such magnitude. The Scot said, "He didn't really know what to say. Because of the impact it has on us as players and our careers, the club, you are obviously angry. I think he is a young referee who has progressed very quickly. Maybe we could look at having more experienced referees. I don't know. It's just an incredible decision and makes today even worse than it should be. United scored twice after the refereeing error. Ahmad opened the scoring with Christian Eriksen later making the game a safe, but the decision clearly rattled the Villa contingent with Emery fuming on the sidelines. McGinn added, "I think everyone wanted the correct decisions when the VAR was implemented. You watch rugby, even if the referee has awarded a try and it's wrong, it's overturned. It's so hard to take, especially when the impact it has on us as a club and a team is so big. It's really tough to take and handle. I don't think we deserve to win, but if you were 1-0 up at that point and all you need is a point to get to the Champions League, it's costly. Villa will instead play in the Europa League, missing out on goal difference after they failed to take advantage of Newcastle's loss to Everton." Manchester United are preparing for one of the most seismic transfer windows in the club's history. The brutal truth: no one is safe. From the captain to the academy stars, every player could be sold, and it's all to fund a dramatic reshaping of the squad after an abysmal season that saw United miss out on Europe altogether. First, the headline-grabbing deal: Matheus Cunha is joining Manchester United. The Red Devils are set to trigger the Wolves striker's £62 million release clause at the end of the season. Cunha's energy, versatility, and Premier League experience have made him an immediate target under Ruben Amorim, who sees him as a key figure for next season's attack. But even as the first domino falls, the tension behind the scenes is intense. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, has admitted he is open to leaving Old Trafford if the club decides to cash in on him. In an emotional post-match interview after United's 1-0 Europa League final defeat to Tottenham in Bilbao, Fernandes said, "I've always said I will be here until the club says to me that it's time to go. If the club thinks it's time to part ways because they want to do some cashing in or whatever, it's what it is." United's crushing defeat to Spurs not only ended their European dreams for next season, it also slashed potential income by over £100 million. With Sir Jim Ratcliffe warning of financial strain and potential PSR breaches, the club is on red alert. Transfermarkt reports that United's squad value has collapsed by a staggering £407 million compared to what the club originally paid. Let's put that into perspective. Harry Maguire, once an £85 million signing, is now worth just £13 million. Antony has dropped from £85 million to £17 million. Casemiro, £70 million when he signed, is now valued at just £10 million. Even the likes of Sancho, Mount, Shaw, and Onana have seen their values tumble dramatically. With that in mind, it's no surprise that United are reportedly willing to listen to offers for nearly every player in the squad. The rebuild won't be cosmetic, it's going to be a full-blown overhaul. As if that wasn't enough, United have also been dealt a blow in their pursuit of Liam Delap. The highly rated 22-year-old striker is being tracked by Chelsea and Newcastle, with Delap reportedly prioritising clubs that can offer European football. After missing out on the Champions League and all European competitions, United are falling behind in the queue for top young talent. Meanwhile, Victor Gyökeres has spoken about his future, and it's clear he has one eye on the Premier League. The Sporting CP striker, who scored a hat-trick against Manchester City earlier this season, has been heavily linked with both United and Arsenal. But with Arsenal in the Champions League and financially stronger, they're currently in pole position. Gyökeres said this week, "We'll see what the future holds. Football is like that. You never know what's going to happen." The 26-year-old Swede has a gentleman's agreement with Sporting that would allow him to leave for £55 to £60 million, this summer significantly less than his €100 million release clause. But out of respect, he's asked all interested clubs to wait until after Sunday's Portuguese Cup final before making a move. Now, despite the chaos, Ruben Amorim still has the board's backing for now. After the Europa League defeat, he told the media, "If the board and the fans feel I'm not the right guy, I will go the next day without any conversation about compensation." That bold statement has sparked debate among pundits, with Paul Merson suggesting Amorim doesn't want to stay. He told Sky Sports, "When you say you'd leave tomorrow without compensation, that tells me you want to be put out of your misery." Still, Bruno Fernandes offered public backing for his compatriot, saying, "We all agree that he's the right man. The results haven't been there, but I don't think there will be a better person to come in." But with United now facing another summer of uncertainty, the bigger question is, will Amorim get the tools and time to turn this around? For context, United finished 16th in the Premier League, their worst ever top-flight campaign. They've been knocked out of every cup competition, and morale is at an all-time low. Brennan Johnson's goal for Spurs in Bilbao not only won them a trophy, but underlined how far United have fallen. Even the club's share value has plummeted 60% in the past year. Financially and competitively, United are wounded, and the road back looks steep. But there is hope. Youngsters like Kobbie Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho, and Lenny Yoro remain highly rated. And if United can trim the dead wood, reinvest smartly, and retain leadership like Fernandes, a new foundation can be laid. So, United fans, what do you make of all this? Would you sell Bruno for a £100 million offer from Al Hilal? Should Amorim stay despite the poor results? And is Victor Gyökeres the striker to lead the line next season? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.